Hey, it's Men's Health Month. Men, are you struggling to get healthy? Got any questions on what lifestyle works best for you? Or you simply need guidance on how to get started? Well, guess what? You're in the right place. Join me and my health and fitness professionals as we dive into subjects such as physical fitness, health and nutrition, and even medical checkups. Men, let's get you right and celebrate men's health. All right, so good evening, everybody. My name is D.E.F.Y'd, and I'm the Men's Health Month. Well, welcome. First of all, welcome to Men's Health Month. We are now in the month of June, and we are highlighting all things men's health. And this is presented by Fitness D.E.F.Y'd, and I am D.E.F.Y'd, and I am the ambassador for this month. So you're going to see my face a lot, and you're going to see some other great men, some other subject matter experts in different areas of the fitness lifestyle. And today we're doing a special live. We're kicking it off today, and I have some great two men that we're going to be joining us. We're going to be doing a panel, and we can't wait to have this going on. We got some testimonies that's going to come up, and you're going to see some other things that are going to go forth before we get into that. And then we're also going to have a question Q&A. You'll be able to ask any questions of these experts today and their journeys and the things that we're going to talk about. So just hold tight. It's going to be an amazing evening on this live, and we can't wait for you to stay tuned with what we're about to bring. Hey, it's Men's Health Month. Men, are you struggling to get healthy? Got any questions on what lifestyle works best for you? Or you simply need guidance on how to get started? Well, guess what? You're in the right place. Join me and my health and fitness professionals as we dive into subjects such as physical fitness, health and nutrition, and even medical checkups. Men, let's get you right and celebrate men's health.
So I wanted to take a little minute to talk about my journey with fitness. I started off, I guess, 278 pounds when I finally made the decision it was time to make a change. It happened because I was still in the military. I was bending over to tie my shoe, and I had to move my gut, out of the way far enough for me to be able to bend down and tie my shoe. And once I got up, I was out of breath, and that was just unacceptable to me. I didn't like it. I didn't like how it made me feel. I didn't like the fact that I was struggling to breathe, and so I just decided to make a change. I know I'm not one for a diet. I love food, so giving that up was not an option for me. So I knew it was time for me to actually start doing some exercise and put in a lot of hard work. So I did. I started, walking a quarter of a mile before my back was really killing me because I am a disabled vet. I was getting steroid injections in my lower spine, and they hit the wrong spot and gave me nerve damage. So, I gained a lot of weight, and, then on my way out, I decided it was time to make a change. And like I said, a quarter of a mile and my back was killing me, and I had to turn around and go home, and I was just walking. Now I can run 3 to 5 miles, no problem, with a bunch of other exercises beforehand or afterwards, I guess, either way. But yeah, I tortured myself. I went to extremes sometimes, like I did body wraps and things like that while I slept, and got to where in the middle of the summer, in the heat of the day, I was running with waist trainer on, saran wrap, and what are those, the sauna suits. Yeah, I ran till I saw spots sometimes when I was about this close to passing out, and I had to slow down and start walking fast, because if I actually stopped running and stopped walking, I'd pass out, or if I just kept running, I'd pass out. So I really pushed myself to its limits. I guess the one thing I'd say, if you really want success in fitness or trying to lose weight or whatever, it's not about a diet, it's not about a temporary fix, it's about a lifestyle change. It's about making up your mind on what you want out of life and actually doing it to make it happen. Because as you see, like I said, I was 278 pounds, and now, I don't have a gut or anything anymore. I sport a six-pack. I'm not one that just kind of shows off, with my shirt off and everything, but yeah, I run a six-pack now. Love you guys. I hope y'all get something from this. Have a good day.
All right. So you just heard from Mike Jones, who is the creator of RNR Fitness, who helps everybody with their journey, with their process of getting fit, changing your lifestyle, and getting healthy. We're going to introduce him. He's going to be coming up along with Jannard Jackson, who I know for a good minute, who is the owner of Earth Strong LLC, and that is a CBD natural remedy, natural products they make. They also have sea moss and all of your herbal remedies. And he is going to be joining us as well, giving us his success story and his fitness journey. And we're going to have some conversations, some deep dive conversations, and some real talk about men's health and how their journeys have helped them out, and how maybe you can even apply and benefit from that as well. So we're going to go ahead and jump into that and bring them on for this time. Mike and Jannard, how we doing?
Doing great.
Good, how are you?
Doing well. It's so good to see you all, and so thank you so much for your time, for coming on here and to enlighten all of us, and even myself. I'm so ready to learn from you all, just of all of your success stories I've just learned so far within that few minutes. But I'm ready to hear more about it. And so what we're going to do is, I have a couple questions, and we'll just, kind of flow from there and dive into some things and really kind of find out more information about this process that is an everyday process. It's not something that just you do temporarily and you're done. This is, as long as you're alive, you're still having to apply the things that you've learned from your past and your present for the future. So thank you, fellas.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I want to go ahead and Mike, since we just heard from your testimony, then Jannard, I'm gonna get you next. But just hearing your success story, first of all, congrats on that. Because if any man, I commend any man that desires to lose weight, because I know as men sometimes we can be very prideful and stubborn with our fat, and we just like, you know what, this is just how I am. You either take it or leave it. I think I lost him. There we go. So like I was saying is sometimes we'll just get settled in our ways. I was like that before. I used to be, I think my highest was like close to maybe 260. I've gotten down to around 220. And so there was a time in my life, and I even wrote a book about it called Don't Believe the Lie. And I shared certain stories about just not accepting the bare minimum and not accepting who you're not really supposed to be. I mean, if you desire to be whatever you're supposed to be, that's fine. But I knew there was a change that I had to have, and I was going to make. So Mike, I want you to share a little bit more about like your decision, like what made you want to go ahead and really make that change. You can't change it for other people. It's not because other people will tell you need to change or whatever, but you made that decision to really make that change. I want to hear a little bit more about that.
I think a lot of us don't really realize that I guess depression and so many other things factor into our health and fitness that we don't even think about sometimes. It's just I realized that I had let myself go way too far, and it was time to make a change. It was time to fix myself and start growing in the right direction rather than continuing to be sour, I guess. Other than that, I guess looking in the mirror didn't look too good, you know.
changes. It doesn't have to be a big dramatic health change. For me, like you said, kind of bending over and you kind of feel the excess fat and you kind of feel a little heavy when you walk. Sometimes I used to be out of breath just going up a flight of stairs. I wasn't running them. I was just walking them. And I started getting out of breath. And so those were kind of moments I was like, man, like this is not how I should be on the everyday life. I shouldn't be getting tired just doing the smallest things if it's not even in a workout. So that itself is amazing. And Mike, I still want to ask you this other question. You even said in your testimony, even in your bio about your lifestyle, is that first of all, you love food. I don't know no person on this earth that doesn't love food. I mean, I'll tear some food up in a heartbeat, but everybody's process is different. And I did the diets. I had to, because if I didn't, I know my discipline and I know my control that I had to work on. But for you, you were able to still eat the foods that you want, but know how to kind of cut back and kind of control that. And I want you to speak on that for you, because everybody doesn't have that type of self-control when it comes to food dieting or eating.
I guess as far as setting up how I plan to make it effective as far as weight change went was I knew that if I ate a little bit worse for me the next day in the gym, or I guess running outside because I was in the gym till later on, I was going to go harder. I was going to put in a little bit of extra work because I decided to indulge in a little bit of something more sweet or whatever. Because look, hey, there's a price to pay for everything. And so if we're willing to pay the price, we might as well be willing to do the exercise to go along with it.
That's right. That's right, man. That's good. And listen, Jannard, I want to hear from you. We're going to turn to you real quick. You decided to not only I've seen you for a couple years back when I was in Florence, and I've just seen your journey throughout social media. But not only did you make a lifestyle change, but you decided to open up a whole store, and if not two now. We want to shout that out of Earth Strong LLC. But you decided to not just help yourself, but give back to other people. And that is a major step. I think a lot of people don't realize, certain things you learn and the things you do in life, you really should give back to people. So you're doing this in a grand scale as well, along with Mike having helping other people get fit. But talk about that process of what made you kicking that gear to open up a whole business for health.
Well, as Mike said, my journey, I was probably a little bit farther along there. I was up towards 350 pounds, and I'm 5'4" tall. So my waistline was just as big as I was tall. I was literally turning into a ball. That's funny to say, but it was not funny to live in that state. So I started a campaign to get myself on track, and it was called Get Fit for the Kingdom. And I wanted to give God the glory because there's no exercise program, there's no diet, there's no magic pill. There's your desire to change has to be greater than your desire to stay the same. So with that, I lost 112 pounds, and I've been on a lifelong struggle to keep that weight off. I've gained some back, I've lost some, but some things that I've changed, I've never reverted back to. And that led me down the road to open up a health and wellness store, because many of us are under the impression that skinny is healthy and fat is not, and that is not the case. Right now, I am not on any blood pressure medicines. I am not on any medications at all natural herbs and remedies. And I exercise daily. I can get out and ride my bike 20 miles, 30 miles sometimes if I have the time. And we need to know as men that this is possible, and that we have to stop body shaming. This goes a lot in the community with the women. They talk about it a lot, but men, we just have to suffer and shut up and don't say anything. And if, we have the dad bod or we're super fit, there's a space for us on all parts of the spectrum, and being healthy starts on the inside. And you get healthy on the inside, and then it comes on the outside. When I lost my weight, I think the first 70 pounds, I didn't even exercise. I got control over what I ate and what I put into my body. And I learned that what we eat is not just through our mouths, but it's also through our eyes and our ears, and all that plays a factor on our mental when we're trying to get healthy.
That's
Not
right.
just lose weight, but to get healthy. And now at Earthstrong in our store, we specialize in CBD because CBD helps the body do what the body needs to do. The body is the only natural healer. The body is the only thing that can the body and the mind, the only thing that can self correct itself. So CBD allows the body to get in a state of homeostasis, which helps that process. Sea moss and all the other herbs and natural remedies that we use also help the body operate at optimal performance.
Man, that was really good. You said so much great stuff in just that moment of time, and I kind of want to pick some stuff out to where we can dive a little bit in, and then Mike, I'll swing it to you as well because it's actually going to correlate. But when you talked about body shaming, that is something that I don't think we all really recognize that we used to do with people. I used to be when I was in middle school. The fellas and stuff would joke with each other. Joke on how big these people are and all. And I mean, you don't even have to just be big person. You can be real skinny and talk about that, and not knowing that that those things will stick with somebody for the rest of their lives, and plant that seed, like you said, is not just what we're eating as far as nutrition and food, but it's also the things we're eating as far as words and what we're reading, what we're listening to, whatever the case may be. But how important is it? And this is going to be a question for both of you to answer. How important is it to guard, the things you hear from other people and not focus on that and know about what it is you need to do or know what's best for you? But with the body shaming, how would you defend that? Give some tips to some men, who may have dealt with that before, and that's probably what's stopping them from making that decision to become healthy.
You want to go first with this one?
I'll jump in with that. I would say because part of you need support. So I jumped on social media and started a social media campaign. That way, I would have somebody other than my family to hold me accountable. But with that, you also have to not take the things that you see on social media, like all the perfect bodies or so-called perfect body. All these guys that are with the six pack. I don't have a six pack yet. I'm working on that. Year 48, six pack is loading. Okay. But not to let those things deter you from being healthy. And again, if we clarify health and fitness versus what a perfect or so-called perfect body looks like, I think that if each individual keeps their eye on their individual journey, then that will help them succeed.
Awesome. Mike?
I'd like to say, as far as the body shaming part goes, I get that it can be very detrimental to a lot of people's mentality as far as how they feel about themselves. Unfortunately, a lot of people are cruel in this world and they don't know how to deliver news the right way. But there is some kind of truth to some of the things that people will say. I'm a realist. Like people made me look up David Goggins because I did a lot of training, I guess, his kind of style without even realizing it. But the hard truth is that if other people call you out on something, enough that there may be somewhat a truth in it. Don't let that deter you. Let it determine you. Like, let it, inspire you to do what it is that you want to set out for yourself. If you want to be a better body or whatever, then, use that to empower yourself. I was kind of the person that stood in the mirror and told myself not to be a lazy, blah, 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 because I can't say the other words I talked to myself about, just because it was like, I wanted to push myself and not allow myself to be weak-minded. And so I stood in front of the mirror and told myself I wasn't going to be weak and I was going to go out there and get it. And I was going to make sure every day I took control of my life rather than letting somebody else determine it for me.
Man, that's good. And you know what? That's actually you hit some good points right there. Because it's all about a mind shift, shifting in your mind. And it's a mindset thing, and it's an everyday thing. Like Jannard said, I did the same thing. I started losing weight, gaining, losing, picking it back up, and And I think some of those things had to do with not just other people body shaming me, but me. You know, we can body shame ourselves. You'll
That's
look
right.
in the mirror, you'll get off of social media and see people with all these six packs and all that stuff, and you know, sometimes we'll envy that stuff and we're like, oh, that's what I want, that's what I want, but not realizing like your body has a, you know, it's a process, it's a daily thing, and you're going to go through those changes. But if you keep, you know, pinpointing those things and not encouraging yourself to keep going, I mean, you're gonna fail every time, and you know you're gonna be disappointed because there were times I just gave up and I was like, well, let me just keep eating all these snacks because it's not gonna work. Nothing's working. I keep going, keep lifting all these weights and drinking water, doing all this stuff, and nothing's happening because I kept focusing on what was not what needed to happen in the process.
Can I say one thing real quick?
Go ahead, yeah, go ahead.
You know, I wanted a six pack for a very long time. And when I finally gave up on thinking about having a six pack and just worried about being dedicated to the process of being healthy and fit, I got a six pack.
There you go. That's right. And I would also tell people to take plenty of pictures, because when the scale victories don't happen and you just can't tell with the clothes or looser or what, sometimes if you go back, because we're you know, we're forgetful, and if you go back and look at that picture, you say, oh wow, I have made some progress. I
Yeah.
have made it
Right.
further than I thought, you know, I came along. So take pictures and be proud of every step of the journey. Every step that you make forward, be proud of it. Because there's a such thing as you can be busy and working out and running in place, but not making progress. So every time you make progress, be proud of it.
That's good, and you're right about that. And I want to pitch this other question, because Mike, you mentioned this about your process, and you started having back pains, and you started, you know, you started feeling some things going on in your body. But can you tell us, and then Jannard, you can answer as well, and I'll even piggyback on that at the end of the changes you've seen after you started losing weight and getting you know, on this journey, the difference in your body and how the you know, your body started adjusting and it started making some progression. If you had some pain, if you were sore, if you was a little bit slow, energy, whatever the case may be, share some of your experiences on your body changes that you felt like physically here.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm a disabled vet with a bad back. So I had no choice but to start working on things that was going to strengthen my body. And I didn't like medications and stuff like that that the Army likes to fill you full of. And so once I got out of the military, I took myself off of all those pills and things like that. And one of the main things I focused on was core strengthening. I knew with that back, eventually I'd probably end up with a cage up and down my spine, holding my spine together. And so I thought, what better way to build a spine than build it with muscle? So I started a lot of core strengthening and stuff like that. That's why I really, really strongly believe in core and cardio, because I struggled to stand up straight, walking around, holding on to tables and things like that 10 years ago. And now, like, I spring out of bed like a little kid, and I'm like, what on earth? Like, I'm 10 years older now, but yet I fly out of bed no problem. Whereas before I struggled to even like sit up sideways on the bed before I could like gradually stand up.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Jannard, you got something?
Yes, and with me, knee pains, ankle pains, like I said, being heavy for the greater part of my life. The greatest testimony that I have to share about the weight loss is, and I've made several videos about it, I am now able to walk and jog more than a mile. I mean, I used to make a joke about me and my brother used to be together. We watched a lot of scary movies when we were young, and we talked about werewolves and things. And we were out on this dark road one night walking, and we heard this growling sound. I said, listen, if there's a werewolf or it's a vampire or something's coming out to get me, I cannot run, so I'm going to stay here and I'm going to fight. After I lost the weight, I was able to run after 20 years, and that was a great feeling. Bending over, being able to tie my shoes without being out of breath, and just be active. You know, I even at one point at my heaviest state, I had my grandson. He looked at me, and we were in the backyard playing. He said, "What's wrong, Granddad? You can't run." And I thought I was running. So that let me know, you know, a little kid seeing me that, you know, how I was moving, and I was moving in a debilitated state versus being energetic and moving. So I'm thankful for the weight loss and thankful that I'm able to, I can't beat him, but I can hang with him.
That's fun. And real quick, all our viewers out there that's watching, please ask questions at this time. We'd love for you to ask these great men some questions, and for them to be able to answer. But that was some great responses on that. I mean, you have to be. We don't think about that. You know, we like a lot of people just think about getting fit is for the appearance and for the look, but no, it's really like we were talking about the physical aspect, things we do in our day-to-day lives. Like you were even saying, playing with family, something we think is small. Good family time is supposed to be fun, but it's a workout, you know. And you playing with little kids, they take off real fast, and you know, to them they think you walking, you think you're running, but they like you just walking like you tiptoeing. But those are things that we really need to put in perspective. I do have a question I want to ask you all. What are your biggest fears when it concerns to health? Your biggest fear when it comes to health, if you have one.
Go ahead.
Biggest fear when it comes to health is giving up. And that's the fear. As long as I never give up and I fight the good fight and stay on this health journey, knowing that there could be some lessons, you know, learned, and but just not to give up.
Mike?
I think I'd have to say maybe my biggest fear as far as health goes is something that's going to slow me down. Because since I've been on this go mode, like, yeah, there's just no stopping me. And like, I don't want to slow down. I don't want something to do that.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, and once you get that momentum going, once you you start, you know, fighting and seeing, like we were talking about, the progress and all this stuff. I mean, it really does something to you to where you don't want to stop. You know, you have your moments where you want to give up, you're tired, you don't feel like doing it. I mean, we just get tired. We're human, but I think it's that driving force for you where you like, hey, I really don't want to give up on anything I've been working for. And I want to ask this.
Those days.
Yeah.
Those days when you're tired and you want to give up and you really hate it, those are the days that you need to make sure you hit the gym the most. Those are the most important runs right there.
So, okay. So with that being said, how do you motivate yourself in those moments, or in general, when you hit those moments and it's hard to get up and you don't feel like doing it? I mean, you know, what do you do to get back in the game, and how do you stay motivated?
That's the day you get in front of that mirror and you tell yourself not to be no wuss. That's the day when it's, you know, it's go time. Like, it's put up or shut up. Like, you know what your schedule is, you know what you need to do. So you just got to be disciplined and get it done. Like, just dedicated. That's it. You got to stay dedicated.
That's right. That's right. Jannard, I'm gonna get you to answer before that. If the audience out there, we also want to hear from you as well. What is some of your biggest fears when it comes to health? By using the hashtag FD Men's Health. That's Fitness Defied Men's Health, but hashtag FD Men's Health. Jannard, you can answer that question as well. How do you stay motivated in those times?
Now that's a great question, especially now after COVID. You know, a lot of us fell down, a lot of us laid down behind you know, in shorts.
Yeah.
And you just have to tell yourself to get up and go. And this is where Nike, the Nike term comes in, just do it. Just do it. And I found myself in that just a few weeks ago, just to get up, like Mike said, you know your schedule, you know when you can fit it in and when you can't, just do it.
Exactly.
That's right. Mike, you got something?
I was going to say, look, that COVID, man, so many people, look, when COVID hit, it was a game changer for me, because of the fact that I did all my 110-pound weight loss before I joined the gym or anything else. I was kind of excited when COVID hit, when the gym shut down. I was like, this is my time to shine. I already know what to do. Now I can turn it up and do some new stuff. So it was kind of a different experience for me. It was like, okay, this is where I'm prepared. I'm already ready, so it's go time. Now I can do my thing.
Yeah, listen, and I'll even add on that COVID was like we all know it was like a blessing and a curse, but it really was when it came to the fitness journey because I was hitting the gym every day. I was doing right, but I'm gonna tell you what happened for me in COVID. It highlighted my dieting. Now like we were talking Mike earlier. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's process is different. A lot of people don't do the diets and stuff. But for me, like I told you, I was just kind of going all over the place. I was just kind of eating, and then instead of adding more aggression to the workouts, I was doing minimal workouts. So that's not a good balance. So
Right.
No, it's not.
the wrong way. But I started, we hit our little moments of low moments, and sometimes sometimes we'll stress eat and stuff like that. But once I got out of COVID, it really charged me to like take it to a new level, not just with the workouts, but really like targeting, learning about the right things to eat. It's not just what I'm eating, but even learning new foods and even as we're talking about with Jannard and learning natural, healthy remedies instead of taking all this processed bad things that, and you were even saying the military giving you all this medicine, all those things, but learning those things that actually helped me. So it actually motivated me and pushed me to a new level that I didn't know needed to happen.
Exactly. R&R Fitness was created in 2020 during COVID.
Wow.
All right, great.
Wow, that's awesome. Listen, and on that tip, since we're talking about the natural remedies and Jannard, this is right where you are. Tell us about the benefits and what CBD is, and tell us the benefits of it, and does it really work, and how does it work? All these questions that people ask all the time, but they never try to see for themselves. But we have the expert right here to give those answers.
Right. So CBD stands for cannabinoid. It is a cousin to marijuana, but it is not marijuana. It does not have the Delta 9, what is called the THC Delta 9, which is the psychoactive effects to it. CBD helps with anxiety, depression, pain, sleep, and focus. And the main reason that it's able to do these things is because your body has what's called an endocannabinoid system, the ECS. That's a real big word, endocannabinoid system. And this system is depleted. It's like it is what distributes the absorption, helps the absorption rate of minerals and vitamins in your body. So when your endocannabinoid system is depleted, your body does not absorb things as well as it should. CBD helps with the C1 and C2 receptors, helps fill that endocannabinoid system or build that endocannabinoid system, where CBD is able to have the optimal effects. CBD comes in several different forms. There's oil, which can be taken sublingual under your tongue in your mouth. There's gummies, edibles. We have pain creams, lotions, salves, and we also make, which I think you've tried, David. We make our own teas with sea moss. We have a tiger tea that has ginger, sarsaparilla, orange and pineapple and several other things, but this is great for energy. This is our substitute for a natural energy drink. We also have a tea called Purple Rain that has CBD and sea moss in it, and this particular tea has 102 minerals and vitamins in it, and a whole list of other. Of course, there's the flower of the CBD for those that smoke that are able to do that as well. But CBD is very needed because of the mental health state in our society today. Mental health is a major issue. Self-care is needed. We're hearing more about that now in today's time than we have ever have before. And CBD is a natural remedy to help with this, in lieu of Xanax and pain pills and all of the psychotropic drugs that they have out there. So CBD is a gift from nature because it's natural.
I mean, you really just loaded us with so much information, but it's good to know. So people out there, listen, You won't get in trouble with CBD. Make a disclaimer. It's healthy for you, and it's a good substitute, because that's what we also want people to understand, that you know, when you're deciding to, you know, because I know a lot of people that just work out, but a lot of their habits don't change. A lot of things that they're doing won't change at all. So we're talking about ways to make healthy substitution to really, you know, drive you better with your body. I've had it before. If you're in Huntsville, everybody out there, please visit his stores. There's one on Governors and one out there in Madison now. And it is a really good place. I mean, they're on their game. I asked them about almost every single product, and they had an answer with what it does, how it works, when it works, all of that. But it's amazing. So we want to go ahead and wrap this up. I mean, we had a great time. Honestly, fellas, I could be here all day just asking y'all questions, because this has really been good. But I want to give this moment for you two to plug yourself in with everybody. Let them know, once again, you know, how they can find you, your social medias, anything like that, and how you can help them in their journeys, with their fitness journeys.
Go ahead, Jannard.
You can find Earth Strong Natural CBD, 2907 Governors Drive, Huntsville. We're also located at 107 Arlington Drive, Madison, Suite L. Come in. Our website is myearthstrong.com. You can call us at 256-978-4372. If you have any questions about CBD, sea moss, or any natural remedy, please come and see us. My wife and I both own the business. She is a nurse. We do give consultations, so feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Once again, I want to thank y'all for listening. I'm Mike Jones, our fitness. You can reach me through my Facebook page. You can go to my R&R Facebook page. You can call me or text me 256-783-4834. As far as a good tip I'd like to leave y'all with is, please remember, it's not a diet or a quick fix. There's no easy button to health. It's a lifestyle change. It's something that you do from now until the day you die, because you want to live longer, not shorter. I like to have a blessed day.
That's good. Jannard, leave him one good tip before you leave.
Believe in yourself and stay earth strong.
Stay Earth Strong. And I'm Davian Talley. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram. Facebook is Davian Talley. Instagram is Davian Dwayne. There is my information about my book. You can be on my website, www.daviantalley.com. I'm also the CEO of Devoted Enterprises, LLC. So many great things. I've helped with entertainment, also business consulting. You can find me there. And my tip for you all is to never give up. As we heard those fellas before, stay committed, stay dedicated to the process. But my tip is to not give up. And this has been really great. We want you to stay tuned with us. Next Tuesday, we're going to have our next live at 6:30 p.m., the same time as we are today. This is Men's Health Month, and we want to shout out all of our sponsors. Like we said, Earth Strong LLC, we had R&R Fitness, but we got to give it up for the creator of this Men's Health Month, and that's Fitness D.E.F.Y'd with JQ Ellis. So we want you all to stay tuned. If you have any questions, please follow Fitness D.E.F.Y'd. You can also reach out to me, as I'm the ambassador for this month. Me and we want you to get right, get healthy, and get fit. But until next time, we'll see you next week for the Men's Health Month, and we're out. Hey, it's Men's Health Month. Men, are you struggling to get healthy? Got any questions on what lifestyle works best for you? Or you simply need guidance on how to get started? Well, guess what? You're in the right place. Join me and my health and fitness professionals as we dive into subjects such as physical fitness, health and nutrition, and even medical checkups. Men, let's get you right and celebrate men's health.